said he was gonna have to talk to Dick and to Fred and all of this.
Right.
What happened after that? But at that time, we did not issue any kind of building permit, so.
And I understand that he just came in and you guys were kind of a whole separate entity to the whole situation. You know, he just came in and said he wanted a building permit, right? So I get that part. But it begs the question, if we're just gonna say, oh, whoopsie, pay us a little extra money, now get a building permit after the fact, not realizing that it's a situation of constructive eviction, which it was. And that is against the law. So-
But I think what's to be said is, I know of one other case where supposedly a building permit wasn't issued in the correct amount of money. So in this case, was that the correct amount charged when we know it is more than $3,000 to raise that house? That's, I
That
guess,
would've
where
been-
our question comes in.
What I always tell them and what we always tell them,
Talk to Dick and-
this is an application. Once our inspectors look at it, and if they feel this is not, then you may be called, there may be additional fees. But at that point,
Perfect.
it
I
is an
appreciate that,
application.
because I don't know that.
Yeah, at
So
this,
what you tell me
when
is
we do
good.
it, it is just an application for it. And then
So-
it's up to our building inspector too.
So the final decision is the building inspector's not an elected officials?
Well, he's the one that writes it up then with the number on it. I give an application that's blank, doesn't have a number. He takes it from there. We leave it, and he's supposed to get verification. I think it's him. I mean, it's not me. I just.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that's
But
what
I'm-
I get it. That's
Right,
what you're
but
doing,
if
but you're-
I'm just, I believe there should be approval from zoning or from Dick.
Right.
Did you want to see that building permit?
If we
I
could,
can-
not now.
Not
We
now.
would do
I'll look
after.
later, but
But-
I appreciate
Yeah.
what you shared.
You're
because
in
then-
a different part of it than we are, so that's why we asked.
But I just want you to realize
Yeah.
that, and on all of them, those are only applications.
Yeah.
And not until Bill writes it or Dick writes it, do they actually become building permits or electrical permits or whatnot.
So just so we're clear, there wouldn't be an instance where an elected official would be telling an inspector to approve or not approve a permit, nor would it be up to an elected official to instruct an inspector to red tag or not red tag a particular property.
I have no knowledge of that, but but I do know that it's Dick's responsibility to verify that that amount that they say the project costs
Right.
and everything
Right.
is something that he would know, where none of us would know,
Right.
you know.
Right.
We ended up discussing
We just go
that.
by what they tell us until he takes over from there.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you for that.
And the fees should be on the board-approved fee schedule.
Oh, yeah,
So
there's a fee
those are the elected officials' bookends on that. And him being the only licensed person, he can seek counsel from anybody at this table or anybody in this room right now, but it does technically fall to him. But with the governors that this board puts on with the fee schedule, some just do a flat amount, some do a percentage, some do a flat amount or a percentage if it's too small to deter people on a $1 million project to say, well, it's only a $20 fee to not get the permit in advance.
Yeah, well, and that's $1 million question, because last month we had a situation where the people built a pole barn, but there was no house on the property, so they couldn't have the pole barn. They were told to tear it down, and they said, we're not tearing it down, so how do we fix this? And in their case, the only thing they were lacking was a bedroom. So they had a bedroom, but that changed their fee schedule, and we made them pay the additional fee schedule, because residential is $100 a square foot versus $25 a square foot for a pole barn. So since we charge people accordingly, then, and I only, after Dick said the fee, I said, that's not right, Dick. And he said, well, why wouldn't it be right? And I said, Dick, it's by the amount you're raising the house. You have to make sure you get this correct. And I told him what it comes up as, and the moment I said that, he said, I need to see that website. So I'm going to connect him to that website so that he can get a better handle on some of these projects where someone says, you know, $25,000 project's a $3,000 project. That actually hurts the township, and could hurt the person if it isn't done right. So,
So too, I paid a portion fee, it hurts him too,
Yeah,
because he's not getting the fee.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a little
He,
surprised,
he
yeah.
doesn't need a pay raise, he just needs to charge the right fee. Okay, so there it is. Then we go to the zoning report.
So I know usually Sam is the one that has the zoning report information. Was anybody aware of these there's a land division that's just listed as Mackinac. And there's two different rezonings. One is listed as M13 and Wetters, and the other one is listed as Beaver Road and I-75, which is not very specific on what we're even talking about. I mean, that could be a lot of different properties. There's no parcel, there's no specific address. Does anybody have any information on those?
Does Joan have information on those, probably,
The
since
Beaver Road I-75, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that's that little building down there by the gas station. I believe.
Oh, the new one
that
I
went up?
think
For sale.
Someone purchased it, and whatever they wanted to do there, they may need to rezone it. I don't know.
Dory's
But I'm
building.
guessing that's what it's about.
yeah, that little like storefront.
Was that bought by Dory's?
And now
Did
they're
she just
selling
say
it
Dory's?
though.
Oh, I thought she just said that.
Well, it's owned by Dory's,
Right.
but they're in the process of selling.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And there's a purchase agreement whether it goes through or not.
Yeah,
And,
That's the piece of property there.
But otherwise, M13 and Wetters, rezoning, nobody knows anything, or the land division on Mackinac. I appreciate the fact that Fred is being more specific in his zoning reports, but since he's not here to actually give us further information, it'd be nice if we had actual parcels or addresses so that we can figure it out.
Oh, and I think that one, like you were saying, Melissa, or Beaver Road at I-75, they want to rezone because they wanted to add an outbuilding. They were hoping to put up another shed for what they want to open a business there.
oh, the rezone one?
Yeah,
Need a
for
bigger
the add
building?
out, so they either we're talking about adding on or, but there isn't a lot of land right there, so.
So, kind of the same thing, Linwood Beach outbuilding project, we have no idea which parcel that is. M13 abandoned vehicles, is that a couple buildings on a couple of vehicles on a parcel, or is that multiple vehicles on multiple parcels?
Yes.
We don't really have.
Multiple vehicles,
Okay.
No, no, I was yes to both.
I'm just curious what exactly it's referring to. So would it be possible for us as a board to instruct Fred to give us more specific information as to addresses and/or parcel numbers when he has stuff on here, so at least we have some idea to be able to locate these properties in question?
I brought that one up, about abandoned vehicles.
Okay.
Because we got it on M13 at Little Corners, and then all you gotta do is start working your way back.
There's plenty, I get it.
Plenty of vehicles unregistered. If they're registered, that's not an issue. If they're unregistered, that becomes the issue. So-
Okay, and
And the trailer's in that one.
Okay, which has been there for almost a
Because I've
year.
asked that question religiously.
I mean, would
It's
I-
gonna get moved, but
would
it's
I
got a
need
flat
to
tire
make-
now.
Would I need to make a motion during unfinished business or new business in order to put a directive through to the zoning administrator to be more specific in his report so that we can identify the properties? Because if there's a complaint that comes in for a specific issue on a property and we have no way to track which property it is, then we have absolutely no idea if that's a recurring problem or not.
I think she's asking you how we do that.
I would say under new business, make that motion, because technically a valid complaint is going to have a property tax code
Right.
on it.
So we'll put that as, okay?
So that would become item eight. Addresses on the zoning report
Addresses and/or parcel numbers.
or parcel.
Does that fall under our previous motion then, to amend the agenda? Do we need to vote that in?
You technically don't even need an agenda for a meeting, so I think you're fine, just put it under new, bringing it up under new
Or
business.
as an assigned place.
Perfect.
Okay.
So
Next.
I will make a motion to approve. Hold on, this is not listed on here. This is not listed under communications from Saginaw Bay Cooperative Invasive Species Management Area.
I think
Right
that's
here.
new business.
CISMA.
Okay, I apologize, there is the, I apologize.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, yep.
now we're good.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve communications.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Public input. We're there. We have a full room. People must have something on their mind. Come up to the microphone and you would have, bear with me 1 second, and you would have 3 minutes. Shirley, are you gonna be the top keeper or me?
You.
Okay,
You do it
I'm
so
just
well.
asking.
I can only
Well,
do
he
so
didn't,
much.
he didn't get a gavel, so he's a little thrown
I
off.
don't know what to do
I'll give
here.
him that.
I have one. There we go.
Coffee cups work too, I hear.
Okay, so, bear with me, stopwatch. Go.
Jeremy Bloom, 2110 Fraser Road. Watched the budget meeting. People are questioning roads. I know Mr. Reward from Fraser Road brought you guys a petition. I filled out the complaint several times to the County Road Commission on Fraser Road. It's gotten to the point where 2 vehicles cannot pass at 55 miles an hour without possibly losing control because the shoulder is completely deteriorated between Seidler's and Beaver. So it is a huge safety concern that either we need to look at redoing the road, not another Band-Aid of the chip and seal because it doesn't last on that road. And if we can't do that in the budget, lowering the speed limit in that road because I believe there is a new bill passed where we don't have to follow underneath the percentage tiles anymore. So if we lowered the speed limit, it would help save on those roads drastically for us. So that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Next.
Brad Eddy, 1890 South Huron Road. On the agenda, there's 3 FOIAs. I'd like to speak on all 3 of them. One of them was for $1,000, one of them was for $1,600, and one of them was spoke on that it didn't exist. And we know that existed because the planning commission member had the information at the last planning commission meeting. The other thing that I would like to bring up is I have requested, and my wife, that our property trash assessment be removed as it was wrongfully placed on it. We are industrial property. We have never had a trash can on that property. We have always had dumpsters. Why that has not been on new business, I have no idea because I've requested it from the treasurer and from the supervisor. Starting to feel like a target, just like that survey that you guys talked about. I think this is misuse of government positions. The zoning report. Why can we not get a zoning administrator that shows up? I mean, any other township you go to, there's one in attendance that you can ask questions to, you can come to an understanding with. It makes no sense. With that said, I wanted to, we do have a nice number of people in this room tonight, which I actually like to see interest in. I am a candidate for the 2024 supervisor position, and am looking for votes and people to ask me questions based on what I do know goes on wrong here and within the county. I do FOIA many different townships and many different entities within Bay County. So I do know how the government works in this county. And my goal as a supervisor is going to be to make sure that everything's done right and by the book, and that you can send people to the right places to get the right answers and get things done correctly. Not like my trash assessment, you know, that's never been on the taxes throughout history.
How much money is that?
It was $194 since 2020. And this class is the one who put it on there for no apparent reason.
15 seconds.
So, thank you.
Mr. Eddy, just to clarify, and I know it's a little bit difficult because it just has FOIA numbers listed, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the one that you had referenced was actually on appeal last month. The three that we have tonight have to do with, in general terms, attorney-client privilege, Callan Township property, and I believe this one has to do with another constituent's property. So just to clarify what we're actually going to be
The one
doing.
at Seidler Road that is owned by Callan Township, that goes right next to where Pines Truck Accessories would be, and all the way past the Verizon Tower on the other side.
Okay.
Those deeds were found by Jennifer Delorge at the GIS department. And those are in the FOIA emails that I did receive.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm Martin Patrick Hogan, and I live in front of Lake Louie, which is at 885 South Linwood Beach Road. And so the issue of proper drainage and repair of South Linwood Beach Road has been an issue for decades. This body of water that forms in front of 885 South Linwood Beach Road is affectionately called Lake Louie for the original builder of the home back in 1971. So this road problem has been existing for almost 40 years. The road continues to deteriorate and has become a public safety issue. So the time has come to do something about the deterioration of the road. I'd like to read two letters from my neighbors who can't be here tonight. The first one is from, Dear Callan Township Board. Todd Bridgewater and I, Ann Bridgewater, aren't able to attend tonight's board meeting. However, we wanted to express our strong support for one of the agenda items for tonight's meeting, which is the need to have drainage installed and road repairs along South Linwood Beach Road from Botel Road south to the end of the road. Many of the beach residents, including neighboring beaches like our home on North Brissett Beach, and visitors to the area enjoy walking, running, and riding bikes or golf carts on the beach road daily. It's a pleasant way to enjoy our neighborhood and the beautiful views. However, with the slightest bit of rain, the road becomes impassable and even worse, unsafe in many areas of the section of the road because of deep water pooling and areas of slippery mud. I know of several falls and incidences. It culminates in Mini Lake in front of Marty and Jean Hogan's house, causing dangerous conditions and the potential for property damage and even worse, injuries to people. It is long overdue that this issue be addressed and resolved for the safety of residents and visitors, as well as the protection of property damage. Thank you for the swift resolution of this important township safety issue. Respectfully submitted, Todd and Ann Bridgewater, 1023 Brissett Beach Road in Callan. The second letter is from Michelle Kirchman. Hello, Callan Township Board. Although I am unable to attend tonight's Township Board meeting, I wanted to express my support for one of the agenda items for tonight's meeting, which is the need to have drainage installed and road repairs along South Linwood Beach Road from Botel Road south to the end of the road. Many of the beach resident neighbors and visitors from Linwood Beach Marina and Campground ride their bikes and golf carts up and down the beach road daily when the weather is nice. It's a pleasant and safe way to enjoy our neighborhood and the view. However, with rain, the road becomes impassable in many areas of this section because of deep water pooling on top and along the sides of the road. It culminates in a mini lake in front of Marty and Jean Hogan's home, causing all traffic, even cars, to have to drive up to the Hogan's expanded parking area in their front yard to avoid the heavy water. Following a rain, you see deep, wide ruts expanding into neighboring properties. This is a decades-old problem. It's long overdue that this should be addressed and resolved for these residents and for the enjoyment and use by everyone in the area. Thank you for consideration of this important safety issue.
Wow, you were only 4 seconds over. That's a pretty good reading there. Marty?
Hello again, Jeannie Hogan, 885 South Winter Beach Road. This past week, United States Postal Service supervisor called Sam Davis to point out the constant poor road conditions of South Linwood Beach Road from Bowtel South. The mail truck is not supposed to travel down roads if the driver cannot see the entire road. Due to high water levels, as there may be hazards underneath the road which could cause damage to mail trucks, which is federal property. And I just want to point out that, again, on our road, especially in the month of April, it's probably 3 to 5 times a month where you cannot pass because you cannot see the bottom of the road. Secondly, on May 8th, my husband Marty Hogan presented to the township. We were told that the Spicer assessment was being completed. It's a little bit disappointing to hear that I do not believe the Spicer assessment was approved or completed. It's disappointing. You'll hear tonight from many of our neighbors about the safety and near misses that happen on this unsafe road. This needs to be taken seriously with a higher sense of urgency. Thank you.
I'm Barb Bond. I live at 981 South Linwood Beach Road. I've lived there most of my life. I've got 3 repair bills for my car. A 20,000-mile car that driving through that water when I get home, the check engine light comes on, all within 4,000 miles. The reason I don't have any new repair bills is because I don't go out if it's flooded. I call and cancel appointments.
Your name again, dear?
Pardon me?
Your name again?
Barbara Bond, B-O-N-D. I'm James Bond's mother.
What'd you say? I didn't catch you,
I
Barbara.
said I'm James Bond's mother.
I thought you were his girlfriend.
No.
Anybody else?
Anybody else going on the beach? Okay. All right. I'm not moving that fast.
Yeah.
So. Okay, my name is Randy Schmidt, my wife Karen. We live at 913 South Linwood Beach, where there's 3 houses between us and Marty. Way back when, the house next to Marty has got curb, not next to Marty, where Larry Belaski used to live. Stazak, and he had a curb. It's like a street. We have the same thing. We bought Pumfords. Okay, we're two houses away. When Larry owned that house, and they came in and we could put the garages in or whatever, he had Midland Contracting. I don't remember the year. But he had Midland Contracting come in and put it from the blacktop, from the top of the curb all the way across. Okay? Didn't go this way, didn't go that way. Our road was not improved like the one between Bowtel and Cottage Grove.
Correct.
Okay? I did so much complaining with the board of Road Commission, okay? They came out and they put a 8-inch corrugated tile from 18 feet off the road to the swamp. We are on a peninsula, okay?
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that, okay? They started on doing it at the property line at Pulaski's, but he complained so much they quit and they just dug a hole
and put on one of these sewer covers, okay? They